Hey everyone, welcome back to a GoldenEye Elite.net speedrunning recap. GoldenEye and Perfect Dark even. And we're running through for August 2025. We're doing a full month recap here. And we always start off with LTK, especially because right now, except for that during the LTK League and maybe a month after, LTK is pretty dead throughout the year, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So, LTK time history for August 2025. We got Jimmy Billy with an Archives LTK 108, and then a day later improves it to 105, so ends up with a 31 pointer on Archives LTK, and then a 54 pointer on Archives DLTK with a 124. So congrats to Jimmy Billy there. Lake Demon gets Skedar Ruins DLTK 304 worth 97 points, so that is a second place time. Still is like over 10 seconds off the world record, but it's a solid second place. And then he also gets, on the same day, G5 DLTK 57, worth 95 points. So that is a third place time. So, Lake Demon, he's always going to get podium. It's always going to be a time that's either first place, second place, or third place when it comes to this stuff. And then Raging Clownfish at the very end of the month gets Investigation LTK 1027, which is a 49 pointer. So, congrats on the LTK times. Wish there was more to talk about, but we're going to move on over to regular mode here. So, the very beginning of the month, here we have some random times. Not worth points. And then starting with Perna getting Infiltration. Perfect Agent 137 worth 75 points. Yes, this was at Moam. So this is during the big meet of all meets here. It went on through August, through the beginning of August. So anyways, see here, Perna with an Infill PA 137 worth 75 points. Infill Special Agent 111 worth 83 points. And then also on the first, Sultan, aka Sayonara, gets a Surface 2 Agent 46, which is a solid world record. Nice tied world record there. And I can't help but think that I might have inspired that a little bit, because this is a guy that has 29 now on Runway 00, which requires an R-Tap and 2 Arlenes. And I was like, wait, you still don't have Surface 2 Agent 46? And he was like, nah. And then he got it like the next day or something. So I'm sure he had tried it before and then he wasn't playing for a bit. But yeah, feel like maybe I inspired that. Regardless, congrats on that world record. Starting off the month strong. I will say it's kind of a dead month. Not a lot of world records. Not a whole lot of times worth points. But there's enough to talk about, absolutely. Anything's worth talking about. So Perna gets, on the 2nd of August, Infill PA 135, and then also Infill PA 129. So I guess the day before at the meet, he was at 137. So let's appreciate he went down to 135 and then 129 worth 83 points. So that's pretty solid. But even more impressive, DG's, aka Vincent B, gets a Surface 2 SA 48 worth 76 points. Unfortunately, couldn't skip down to the 47, which is not the record anymore, but it's the time that, any sane person would stop at for sure. I mean, you could even argue a sane person would stop at 48. But yeah, so congrats on the 76 pointer to DG's. Dogger gets a Frigate Agent 23. It's worth 86 points. Mammal 69. He gets a Bunker 2 Agent 20. That's a world record, so congrats on the tied record. Great job, Mammal, there. A lot of 20s happening lately. And then Blue Khakis gets a Surface 2 135. So earlier I was getting some times that weren't worth points on this level, but brought it down to something at least worth points. So congrats on the 3-pointer there. And then see Joe T working at the Streets Double O, getting a 156. He's been off and on going for the 155s. We'll see how long it takes him to get the 155s, but we wish him the best. Kratos gets an Aztec Agent 128 worth 65 points. He was working on Aztec a lot this month. Sean John, let's just appreciate this. Sean John on August 4th gets a Jungle Agent 58. And the same day, so he has like 59 as a PB. That's just like a let's play at this point, right? But then brings it down 58, same day 56, same day 54, worth 7 points. That's really good improvement. To just already have points on the level in like one day of like semi trying. So good job there. We'll see if he keeps improving at that. Mammal 69. Now he's set his sights on Aztec. Gets an Aztec SA 141 worth 20 points. And then follows it up. Double dips on the level on the same day. Gets a 139 worth 45 points. And then Kratos on the same day gets an Aztec SA 135. So now he's looking at like 128 on Agent and a 135 on SA. So decent progress so far in this month for Aztec for Kratos. Okay, where else we going? Chris G with a Silo Agent 103, and then the same day gets a 102. Now that's pretty good. I mean, you have to give people credit when they get down to like 102 for sure. Obviously, Chris is a top player, and he could definitely get 100, or if he played for like a year or two straight, could get even like a 59, I'm sure. But I mean, it's not easy when you're starting out, really taking the level seriously. It's 102 and then 101, 100. It can be very difficult. So we want to appreciate the 102 here, which had a lot left on the table too. Like definitely could be getting 101 very soon. Or maybe he's already got it and he's hoarding it. We'll find out next year. Cyrus with a statue SA 220. So now Cyrus is playing some statue, getting some 220s. You see here a lot of 0-pointers. A lot of 0-pointers. All right, so Sean John still keeping it up. Gets himself a Jungle Agent 53 worth 37 points. So Jungle Agent 54 is on Life Support. It's got like 4 more bops until it's dead. 53 is a good time to be, like deserving of being worth points in my opinion. 37 points, sort of high, but not that bad. It's not like overinflated. It's not so underplayed. Like 53's beating 53 is not the easiest thing. So yeah, 37. I wouldn't want to see that be worth 0 points anytime soon, but maybe worth like 20, 25 would be fair. But anyways, that's a good thing about this community and this game is that we don't decide what points are worth. Like this is like a fun topic that I don't think people really think about too much or dive into or really like flat out mention. We're not assigning these point values. We just have a system that is somewhat arbitrary for sure, but a point system that's been set up and it treats all levels equally. And I like that. That's why a lot of us, especially the top players, kind of get tired of the tier list, the world record tiers topic, discussion, debate. It can be frustrating because there's just so many subjective things go into it. This is arbitrary in some sense, but it's not subjective. It's very objective. It's just like a formula. And it's just, this is worth 37 points because, well, we would need 37 more people to bop this 53 for it to be worth 0 points, So I think that's the cool thing about our game. And then Wish I Was Famous gets a defection Perfect Agent 124 with 67 points. You love how just every recap we get at least like one Wish I Was Famous time, you just hold on to that OG dinosaur era, just getting some more Perfect Dark times. It's pretty cool, honestly. As someone who's been around for 8 years, but still he's kind of like before my time. but he still is around. It's nice. It's nice to see. And he's a cool guy. Cyrus gets a bunker 2 0056. That's a solid time. Worth 81 points. So skips 57 actually. He was at 58. Skips to 57 down to 56. So good job to Cyrus there. Jimmy Billy finally gets the bunker 2 Agent 21 he's been looking for. So grats to Jimmy on that. 78 pointer, not too shabby. It's been bleeding some points lately, but still, I mean, it's gonna take a long time for this to be even worth like under 70 points. So it's a good time for people to get. Don't be discouraged if you're somehow one of these people out here that don't have a 21 yet. Like I think Eric P doesn't have 21 yet. Don't be discouraged that it's getting bopped because it's still gonna be worth a lot of points. It still is like a solid point gain for a long period of time. Cyrus, this is August 14th. Now we're getting to the middle of August. He gets a Statue Agent 221. That's worth 14 points. Let's see here. Clemens gets a Bunker 2 Agent 20. And that is just a fun version dupe. He already got the world record like a month or two ago. But he's just been having fun playing it still. Sometimes you get good at a level and it's like a fun level, but you cake the world record. And that's what Clemens has done. And the thing is, sometimes getting a record really quickly isn't as satisfying as you'd think. Like, it's satisfying, but you're like, this is such a fun level. And it's like, you don't want to play for something insane. Like, a 19 is like barely even feasibly possible. Like, it's hardly even a possibility. You don't want to play for that, but you also are just like, well, I just got good at this thing, and then I instantly got the time. It's especially something that if something like maxed or this is like close to max, it's like you just want to keep playing it for fun because you're like, well, I'm good at it, and it's fun. So he's just getting dupes and stuff when he's bored, which is pretty impressive too. It just shows like he didn't fluke getting the 20 because he could just dupe it all day long. So he's just a good player. You can get it fast. And then so this is August 15th. I got my Streets 00154. Solid tied world record, 10-point gain, which is actually really big for me, for my page. The Ace Bop. So yeah, Streets 00154. This actually helped me stay on the leaderboards because I still have leaders on all levels right now. And this one was kind of like if a couple more people had gone 154, which there are some people going for, like even if they got 154, I'd be bopped off. Because you see here, I just got this. And now we got Carl with all, the and 15 more. I think if one more person gets it, if one more person that doesn't have either 154 but has a 111, if they get 154, then all these people get removed. So yeah, I only needed 2 people to get it and make me not have this leaders, which would ruin my 20 out of 20. So that's kind of an important thing for me right now, is maintaining the leaders. It's one of like the cool achievements I have that right now at the moment no one else has that. So it's a cool thing. I've had it since I think 2022. So I've had it for like a few years, and no one's got their leader sweep since then. So I've just been trying to hold on to that, and I'd rather be proactive because I might get a little salty or a little bit like discouraged if someone bops me off of that on some level, which right now, by the way, could easily happen on train any day, but still, and I'm not playing train right now, so this kind of goes against what I'm saying. But for everything else, apart from train, which I just don't want to play right now, if I get bopped off of this, and I'm sitting there like rushing to get back on, it might be higher pressure, less fun kind of a grind than just keeping myself solidified on the leaders, by seeing something that's like in the near future is bound to happen, and get myself, motivated to just get the time. So I got one of them so far. I've taken a break for a couple of weeks, and now I'm back on as of yesterday. Gonna try to get to SA 154. Already had a really close run yesterday, so it might take me months, like this one took me. But either way, I'm keen to play it. And the fun thing about my run is, so I got the streets 00 first. And it's like the old strategy. And the fun thing is I put a diss track on the run on my as my music video. I actually created a rap track as a little fun diss track, and I highly recommend you go and watch that if you somehow haven't already. It's a lot of fun, and it was a unique thing to add. I don't think anyone else has put a diss track to a world record before on a speed run. So anyways, I got my Streets 00154, and I'm happy about that for sure. But let's keep it moving. We see a lot of 0 pointers. And then moving on to a crazy August 22nd. First, starting with Ilu. Ilu got Caverns SA 114 worth 91 points. So it gets a 1 second cut. Unfortunate that it wasn't a 113, and I think he's duped it since then with like a missed warp and stuff. But, unfortunate. It is what it is. But the cool thing about it is he's created yet another weird throw strategy. Let me see if I can just show really quick. Whoops. Because the strategy for some people can be very difficult to hit. And so what he's done differently is he's actually went into right strafe here and thrown it in right strafe, then turned left strafe, turning straight down the hallway like this. So pretty unique, pretty cool. So yeah, we'll see if he gets like a 113 or even maybe like a 112. We'll have to see where he goes from there, but he has been actively grinding more. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's just fun to have like a new strategy. It's for anyone wondering, anyone, this first time they're hearing about this, it's not necessarily a time saver, might be a tad slower even, but it's a consistency saver. It's, at least for him, is making it a lot more likely to hit that throw. It can be very hard to warp into left strafe sometimes. So, it's a consistency thing without really sacrificing too much time, which is nice. But it's not going to lead to any unties if anyone's wondering, like, oh, is the level broken? Like, no. But the same day, Vincent B gets a Surface 2 SA47. So remember, I was saying here at the beginning of the month, Vincent B got the Surface 2 SA48. Right? Unfortunate. It was unfortunate he didn't skip 48. Because that is a hard level to come back to. But that's why we just want to extra shout out and appreciate that he still kept playing and ended up getting 47. Because it can be very difficult to want to keep going after you get a 48. It could be a daunting task, but he just buckled up and he got the 47. So that's second place time. It's 1 second off the world record, which is currently an insane untied world record from JL. So yeah, not gonna really lose many points on a 47. A 48 you'll lose some points on, and this is like a solid point gain to like be at 47. But yeah, so congrats to Vincent B, aka DGs. And then August 23rd, Mammal gets a Silo SA 117 worth 6 points. So there you go, starting off on on Silo SA a little bit. We'll see what kind of damage he could do on Silo SA. But Sean John, same day, gets Jungle Agent 52. So he is, in fact, still working at Jungle Agent. That was worth 62 points. So good job to Sean on that one. Cyrus gets a Facility 00101. Oh, that one's not worth points. Sorry. But working at the Facility 00. Almost at points. But let's see here. Mammal gets Silo SA 116. So 1 second cut, that's worth 19 points. But then check this out. You guys ready for this? On August 25th, right, a couple days after Mammal started even playing this level, Mammal gets a Silo SA 115 worth 37 points. and then jumps 4 seconds cut from 115 all the way down to 111 for a solid 85-point time. That is a big skip. That is one of the biggest skips. One of the most impactful skips you could see on a silo essay stage. So, congrats to Mammal on that. That was really cool. Massive cut. Just kind of fluked it, kind of caked it. And moving on to other silo stuff, I suppose. Matt P with a train essay 132 worth 43 points. Okay. Matt P also with a train 00203 worth 24 points. So Matt P is dangerously close to top 100 right now at 102 102nd place. So yeah, like, I don't know, 50 to 100 points away from top 100. And then train, yep. The Gamer Girl gets her first points on Aztec Agent, on Aztec in general. Gets Aztec Agent 132, which was a big skip from 136. I mean, a 4-second cut to just land perfectly on something worth points is pretty cool. And I highly advise you to watch the video as well, because the ending is really funny in the vents. And only a couple more times here to talk about. So, Sean John on August 31st. This is all at the end of the month. Just yesterday. Sean John gets Jungle Agent 51 worth 77 points. So, ended up landing on a 51 on Jungle Agent. Had only been playing it since the beginning of the month. That is crazy progress to go from literally nothing down to a 51. Like, that's crazy. I would love to see how long, like, if he just, like, went full degen status for 50, I would love to see how long that would take. Because for me, it took a while to go from 52 to 51. And then it took a long time to go from 51 to 50. And then it didn't take that long to go from 50 to 49. But, like, these are all, like, this is all where I'm getting better at the game on different things and then returning to the level type of thing. So, pretty insane to just, like, first thing, just get down to a 51 within, like, less than a month of playing. And he doesn't even play every day. Like, he's got a full-time job, like, you know, family, job, everything. So, pretty impressive stuff. And then the same day, gets Jungle SA 100 worth 17 points. So, working at Jungle SA now, we can see a set of sights on that. Gonna definitely get a sub 100. Hopefully it gets down around like 56 or so, and then maybe even 55, and then on 00 it gets hopefully, you know, 56, 57. Love to see all that, but for now we'll definitely celebrate as soon as he gets the sub 100, because those are always nice to see, especially on 00, but even on SA. And then gets a little meme, Jungle 00112 too. It's not worth anything, but that's fun. Mammal gets Sala 00135 to end it out. And that is worth 12 points. First points on Sala 00 for Mammal. Mammal's kind of climbing up there. 39th place in the point ranks here. So, yeah. Top 40. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed that August recap. And that was pretty quick. Only a 24-minute recap with a lot of talking about, you know, a couple of specific things. So, not a whole lot going on, but still enough to be impressed with our fellow speedrunners. So, thanks for watching. See you guys for another daily recap, probably tomorrow, and definitely another monthly recap for September soon. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.